Good evening, everyone. What's up? Just ate a satisfying meal, topped it off the meat dessert. This is Mr. Hot speaking. Previously, there was a rant on Nickelodeon for July 10th, 2015. This is going to be the second part to the Nickelodeon rant, which, let's see. Hang on. That got unfinished because of a Google Plus call as a disturbance, even though that wasn't really a disturbance. Sorry for being off topic, but Nickelodeon, what on earth? Let's recap what happened in the rant. No, bad computer. Nickelodeon, what on earth is this? They air SpongeBob in the morning, Nick Jr. from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. 5 hours of this Nick Jr. nonsense. Which that'll be saved for another rant. They air SpongeBob 1 hour before that. They air SpongeBob from 2 to 4 to 5, 3 hours of SpongeBob, and then an hour of Henry, and then 4 hours of sitcoms. What on earth? 1 hour of Henry Danger, 1 hour of the Thundermans, half an hour of Every Which Way, half an hour of Tommy in the Kitchen, half an hour of 100 activities to do before high school, and then half an hour of Ricky, Nicky, Dicky, and Don, whatever that name is. Can't even pronounce it right. Oh well. Nickelodeon, that is even worse. That is unacceptable. Repeat that, unacceptable. That is not how Nickelodeon was programmed to be. That is even worse than that was even worse in 2014. No sign of improvement. 2014 even had more than this. There's not even any Fairly Odd Parents on. Yes, the Fairly Odd Parents sucks, but still, it'd be better than just seeing only SpongeBob as the only cartoon for the day. What on earth is this, Nickelodeon? This is baloney. Why is SpongeBob airing 4 hours of SpongeBob? No, how many hours? Like 4 hours of SpongeBob and 5 hours of sitcoms. No, hang on. No, got that wrong. 4 hours of sitcoms. Being messed up. Sorry about. Hang on. We'll pick up that call a little later. 4 hours of 4 hours of SpongeBob. 4 hours of sitcoms. That's it. That's all Nickelodeon has to offer. Shame on Nickelodeon for that. Shame on them. It's like they didn't even pay attention to their schedule. They just randomly put a couple SpongeBob episodes and the compilation of sitcoms into one day, and they're like, oh, this is going to be your schedule for 5 years. And that's part of what they're thinking. That is not how a schedule works. This is not a sitcom marathon. This is not a SpongeBob marathon. This is not a Nick Jr. marathon. In the scheduling, they're treating SpongeBob as if it's going to have a marathon. No, it's not 8 hours, but it's half of a marathon. They gave SpongeBob a half marathon, and they gave the sitcoms a half marathon. What on earth, Nickelodeon? There's no variety. That's what most of Nickelodeon is. But this is one of the worst days they've ever had for scheduling history, which is today. Even a little bit of Fairly Odd Parents makes the scheduling better. Even adding a couple cartoons to the lineup is better than nothing. This is unacceptable. That's just plain bull. It's boring. The schedule has nothing to look forward to. The daily viewers of Nickelodeon, which there are not many of because of its recent downfall, they don't want to see this SpongeBob airing half the day and then the next half sitcoms. They want a few more cartoons or a few more shows added to their variety. They're going to get bored, sick and tired, and fed up with the schedule very easily. Many people are already fed up with Nickelodeon's scheduling, and they've been like that for years. it's not even a surprise that Nickelodeon's schedule is that poor, but Nickelodeon could do better than that. Nickelodeon just seems to not even care about what they slapped onto the lineup. It doesn't help to slap a bunch of random episodes of one show on a lineup unless it's a marathon. SpongeBob does not need a half marathon, and neither do the sitcoms. That's enough with those aspects. They are abused. The sitcoms already have their own lineup, and that's Teen Nick. SpongeBob is given its own channel already. No more of this. No more SpongeBob and sitcom airing all day long nonsense. That isn't what they are there for. SpongeBob is just one cartoon. The sitcoms are just one aspect about Nickelodeon. They're not to be airing all day and not giving space for other shows, including even the newer cartoons. Even the newer cartoons are more entertaining than just watching sitcoms for 4 hours and SpongeBob for 4 hours and Nick Jr. for 5 hours. That is not an entertaining schedule, nor is it pleasing to a big crowd. The few people who would find the schedule watchable would be probably a few kids in elementary school, and maybe a few preschoolers, maybe a few middle school students, and that's it. Most of the people are going to turn down the schedule and quit watching Nickelodeon because of this nonsense. Nickelodeon was clearly not thinking when they made this lineup, when they poorly planned this poor lineup. They just thought, oh, let's take something popular and let's take something that's more common that has been made more for Nickelodeon, and let's get some teenagers to watch this. No, most teenagers don't even like the teen sitcoms. Probably like a few of the girls, maybe like 1 or 2 boys in total like the sitcoms. Making up numbers, sorry, and that's it. Almost the vast majority of the people who see the sitcoms do not like them, and they're sick of SpongeBob. They're sick to their stomachs on SpongeBob. When on earth, is Nickelodeon ever going to learn? And yes, there is going to be a rant on Nick Jr. for this poor scheduling. But that'll be saved for a little later. Nickelodeon, cut it out, fix your brain, go back to preschool, and learn what proper scheduling is. Proper scheduling is not Nick Jr. for 5 hours, SpongeBob 4 hours, and sitcoms 4 hours. Those aspects are made to be on their own channels. Nick Jr. stays Nick Jr. SpongeBob should have its own channel, staying with SpongeBob reruns all day long. And Teen Nick is for teen sitcoms. They're only airing those 3 aspects. They didn't air a single Nicktoon other than SpongeBob. No! They keep taking out the Nicktoons and thinking that they don't matter. Yes, they do matter. Yes, most people hate the new Nicktoons, but at least it's better than nothing, than the same BS played hundreds of days in a row without a rest. Seriously, Nickelodeon, shape up. Think before doing. Think before speaking. This rant's going to end pretty soon, but Nickelodeon, not impressed. Most people are not impressed with this poor behavior of theirs. This is one of the worst schedulings that people could have seen. Like, who wants to watch SpongeBob every day for hours at a time when people have seen the same episodes multiple occasions? Sorry, didn't want to use that kiddie word, but the sitcoms, throw those away, scrap those ideas, and do something else with them. SpongeBob, take it off Nickelodeon permanently. It's had enough. It's aired enough. It doesn't need to air anymore. And Nick Jr., shorten it. Ugh. Who isn't fed up with this poor scheduling, one may ask? Most people are already fed up who've been doing Nickelodeon rants for a few years already. Nickelodeon, boo, shame on them for not thinking before they planned this poor lineup. Hopefully they'll learn in the future. Not. With that, that is all there's to say for part 2 of the Nickelodeon rant of July 10th, 2015. It is currently 8:56 a.m. This is Mr. Hata signing off. Peace out. Yeah, good night.